Welcome to Maths video tutorials, and welcome to this tutorial in which we will be looking at improper algebraic fractions. Let's start with these numerical fractions. They are both improper fractions because the numerator is greater than denominator. Same for this one. The numerator is greater than the denominator. You can turn them into proper fraction by dividing the top by the bottom, or the numerator by the denominator. 5 divided by 3, or you can say how many 3's go into 5. It's only 1, and the remainder will be 2 out of 3. So this is the proper fraction. That's the whole part. Same for the second one. How many 12's go into 17? Only 1. Remainder is 5 out of 12. For the algebraic fractions, we can have also improper fractions. For example, if you have x to the power 3 plus, let's say, 7 over x squared plus 2. You can see the power here at the top of the fraction is higher than the power at the denominator or the bottom. So this one would be considered improper algebraic fraction. We do another example. Let's keep it the same at the top, x to the power 3 plus 7. Let's say we have x to the power 3 plus 2. You can see now the index, or the power at the top of the algebraic fraction, is equal to the power at the denominator. This one still be considered as improper algebraic fractions. So let's recap. For the algebraic fractions, if the numerator index is equal or greater than the index of the denominator, then that algebraic fraction is considered to be improper algebraic fractions. Now, let's see how we can turn algebraic improper fractions into their partial fractions. Alright, welcome back, and we'll have a look at this algebraic fraction, which is improper algebraic fractions. Despite the fact that the denominator is into brackets, if you were to expand it, we will do so later, you will get x squared. So the index at the numerator is 2 and the denominator is 2. So this algebraic fraction, as we said earlier, is improper fraction. So the first thing we need to do is to expand the bracket at the denominator. Let's do that. So now the denominator is expanded. We can go ahead and divide the numerator by the denominator using long division. Let's write it down first. So this is the long division, and we're gonna say how many x squared go into this x squared. Well, it's only 1. And then we're gonna multiply the 1 by each term of the divider, x squared plus the x plus 2, or the denominator. So basically 1 times x squared is x squared, 1 times 3x is 3x, and 1 times 2 is 2. And the next step is to subtract the 2 lines. So you can see the x squared is eliminated, or 0x squared. Now we have 4x, take away 3x, that's just x or 1x. Negative plus will turn to negative. And then negative 5 subtract 2. Negative 5 subtract positive 2 is same as negative 5 take away 2, which is negative 7. Should be negative 7. So this is our remainder. This is the whole part. Let's write it down. It is as 1 plus remainder is x minus 7 over the denominator, which is x squared plus 3x plus 2. Now you can see we've got a whole part, and we've got this algebraic fraction, which is proper fraction. You can see the power at the top here, the index is 1, and the denominator is 2. So it is proper. So now we can go ahead and decompose it into its partial fractions. Let's do that. So before we do anything with this algebraic fraction, we need to rewrite the denominator as 2 linear factors like they were given originally. X plus 2 and x plus 1. And numerator is x take away 7. So this algebraic fraction, we can write it down as a over x plus 2 plus b over x plus 1, where a and b are constant to be found. We're going to do the same as we did in the previous videos. We cross multiply to find the common denominator. So a, we're going to multiply it with x plus 1 plus b, multiply it by x plus 2, and that should be equal to the left hand side, which is x minus 7. Now we're going to give values to x in order to eliminate either a or b. We're going to start by eliminating the a, so we're going to give x equal -1. Therefore b will be -1 add 2, and for the right hand side it's going to be -1 take away 7, and on the other side we're going to have b equal -8. Let's do a. For a, we're going to make x equal to -2. That will eliminate the b, so therefore a -2 add 1, and the other side is going to be -2 take away 7. So therefore here we got -a is equal -9. So therefore a is equal +9. So these are the two values. Therefore we can say now our improper fraction written in its partial fraction is equal 1 plus the partial fractions. It's going to be a, which is 9 over x plus 2, and then the b is negative, so we're going to bring the negative before the fraction, or -8 over x plus 1. And this is how you decompose an improper algebraic fraction into its partial fractions. So we're going to do another example where the index at the numerator is greater than the index at the denominator. So welcome back to this second exercise on improper algebraic fractions. We have this algebraic fraction where the index at the numerator is 3 and the index at the denominator is 2. It is improper, but the index at the top is higher than the denominator. So let's do the long division to turn it into proper fraction. So here's our denominator divided into the numerator. So we're going to say how many x squared go into 2x cubed? Or you can say, even better maybe, what is 2x cubed divided by x squared? Well, the answer is 2x. Because when you multiply 2x by x squared, you get 2x cubed. And then you multiply 2x by 2x, or -2x, you get -4x squared. And you do 2x times 1, so that is plus 2x. And you subtract the 2. So you can see now the x cubed is eliminated. If it doesn't eliminate, it means that you made a mistake. So 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is 0x cubed. For the negative x squared, take away, or take away negative, this two will turn to positive. Right? You have to be careful here. So that's you're doing basically minus x squared plus 4x squared, which is the same as 4x squared minus x squared. So the answer is 3x squared. And we have x, take away, add. That is x, take away, add 2x. So that is the same as x subtract 2x. So the answer is minus x. And then minus 7 minus 0 is going to be minus 7. So now what we have to do is divide x squared into 3x squared. Or you could say, what is 3x squared divided by x squared? Well, the answer is going to be 3, positive 3. That's plus 3. Now we're going to multiply 3 times x squared is 3x squared. 3 times negative 2x, that's minus or negative 6x. And then 3 times 1, which is plus 3. And then same thing, we subtract 3x squared minus 3x squared. That makes the x squared disappear. Again, be careful with the minus, right? And the minus here, it turns to a plus. So plus 6x, take away x, that's 5x, or positive 5x. Minus followed by a plus will turn to a minus. So you've got a negative 7, take away 3, that's minus 10. So this is my long division completed. So I can write down my algebraic fraction as 2x plus 3 add. Now the normal or the proper fraction will be this is the remainder, that's 5x minus 10 over the denominator, which is this one here, that's x squared minus 2x plus 1. So that's the long division completed. So now you can see we have a proper fraction here, so we can decompose it into its partial fractions. But before we could do that, we should rewrite the denominator into its product of linear factors. X squared minus 2x plus 1 is x minus 1 all squared, is a repeated factor. So this one will decompose in the form a over x minus 1 and plus b over x minus 1 all squared. So now we need to work out the values a and b by cross multiplication or cross multiplying. So we're going to do that next. So you can see for the a, all I have to do is just multiply it by itself. For the b, it does not need to be multiplied by anything. So it's going to be a bracket x minus 1 plus b, because the b got the highest power already, 2. And that should be equal to 5x minus 10. So if I make x equal 1, that would eliminate the a. So b would be equal 5 times 1. Let's write it down anyway. Take away 10, which is negative 5. So therefore, b is equal negative 5. Now I need to find the value of a. To work out the value of a is simple. Just give a xa value. I'm going to give it a value of 2. You could do other values such as 0. But I'm going to go for 2, because 2 take away 1 is 1. So that is a. Now the b value, we know it, is negative 5. So I'm going to write it down as take away 5 equal 5 times 2 is 10, minus 10 is 0. So basically a is equal 5. So we have now the algebraic fraction written as 2x plus 3 plus a, which is 5 over x minus 1, and b is negative 5. So we're going to put minus the next fraction over x minus 1 all squared. And that is the final answer. Alright, we have completed now this exercise. I hope it's been helpful. Thank you for watching and take care.